Welcome aboard Free Dive with Seapoint Digital, your go-to podcast for deep dives into the world of digital marketing. I'm Kristy.
And I'm Anna Lynn.
Your hosts navigating through the currents of growth, strategy, and innovation in the digital realm.
We're going to talk. We're going to laugh. It's going to be a good time.
Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Free Dive podcast by request. I'm here with your episode on TikTok, and you may notice I'm doing something new again today. Are you surprised? Me neither. Here's the thing. Like always, we're just experimenting with new stuff all the time. We have a lot of changes going on in the company, in my life, with the podcast. I did some analytics. I wrote up an analytical report, as you should, over the past week, and it was interesting and encouraging. And the numbers were better than I thought, and just kind of this is why you do it, is because it's just like you find weird growth in areas that you weren't expecting. So anyway, there was that. And also, we've got all this equipment, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I recording on a crappy webcam at my computer when I have very expensive microphones and cameras and all this lighting and studio setup? Feels really stupid. So it's harder is the answer. It's because it's a lot harder and it takes more effort and thought, and to monitor myself is annoying. So that's why we're doing it. So anyway, here we are, and you requested TikTok, and I'm going to do my best to give you some insight on TikTok. I can't lie to you. I wasn't feeling like sitting down and doing an episode today. I have not been feeling like myself, have not been feeling like putting on a face for the internet and being charismatic, but that's show business, baby. Like that's what comes with the territory. So I am like powering through for you. I want you guys to know TikTok. I want you to love it. So here I am for you. Okay. The funny thing about TikTok is my feedback almost universally has been people being like, either I don't get it, or I don't belong there, or like not taking it seriously, or it's for like the younger generation, or it's not for business. And it's funny because I went to a conference recently, and I was sitting behind two girls probably around my age, and during the break time, they were like, I wasn't intentionally spying on their conversation, but they're sitting right in front of me talking. I could hear them. And I could overhear one of them saying to the other one something like, I just learned that, like, you should have your business on TikTok. Like, that it's important to have your like marketing agency like on TikTok. Is that really a thing? And like my head spun because I was like, these girls are my age in marketing. Like zero shade to them. Zero shade to them. I was just like, I had this like moment of like, oh, there's people that like really don't know, because I'm always afraid. My fear with these social media episodes is coming on here and like talking down to you guys and being like, so here's how to use it, and you being like, thanks, Kristy. I actually knew how to do that. Like, do you think I'm stupid? When I don't think you're stupid, I just like the abilities of what people know how to do are from so like here to here. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, that's actually really validating to me, because like she obviously like so far behind. And so there's people from all spectrums. Another friend of mine recently was just like, this feels so like childish, immature, when I forced him to get on TikTok so I could send him stupid stuff. And it's not. From the years of being on TikTok, I have learned so much from like how like cooking tactics to cleaning tactics to marketing tactics to like therapy tactics to just then all of the silly comedy stuff, like everything in between. There is the dumb, silly, immature, entertaining stuff, but there is real content on there. And then way over here is the sales trap that I will be the first to admit. Oh, I have fallen deep into a hole of the TikTok shop. I'm not even sorry. Like, I could make a whole episode on everything I've bought on TikTok. Um, and I would say probably 90% of it was a good choice. It's just true. Um, but anyway, so that's kind of my little pitch to you on why TikTok's not dumb and why it's not for babies and why anyone of any age, I'm gonna say I don't want to get into a whole political thing about whether teenagers should be on the internet or not. Adults, and like grandparents can and should be on TikTok, okay? You make your own decisions for your teenagers. I don't want to do that. So, anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about a mix of both between TikTok for your business, TikTok for yourself, and a little bit about how to use it. And I'm going to try to keep it all kind of like a basic level intro to TikTok if I can. Stay to the end because I have a few tricks, tips, stuff you should know. Okie dokie. So, starting why TikTok is big for business. So, just a few quick facts that I have gathered. So, TikTok is one of the fastest growing social media platforms with over 1 billion active users worldwide. What that means for you as a business, that is a whole big, gigantic audience for you. Whole big, gigantic audience. And if you are making sales online, that's important. That's very important for you. What makes TikTok different is that it prioritizes discovery. It's designed for people to discover new content, brands, creators, rather than engaging with friends and family. So, this is not a place like Instagram where you are connecting and catching up with your friends. In fact, very often, like people don't even want to be friends with their friends on TikTok. It's like a little bit like the ongoing joke that like you keep your friends separate from your TikTok account. I don't want my friends finding me on TikTok. And I'm going to get into why later. That's the save till the end content because what you do can be found by your friends and family. The platform's content is fun, engaging, and authentic, which is why it resonates so well with younger audiences, particularly Gen Z and millennial. I mean, again, I can go into that forever. It's fun. So why it's great for business, organic reach. TikTok's algorithm can push even small accounts to millions of viewers if the content is engaging and following certain trends. So if you even just like small little you who doesn't have a big business, you're not an influencer, even with one video, you can make it big, you can be discovered. That's something that in the past in the internet was not really possible. You'd have to do paid ads. You'd have to work your way up to being discovered. TikTok has changed that in that with one simple post, you can blow up overnight for better or for worse. Short form content. And TikTok videos are quick with a maximum length of 10 minutes, though 15 to 16 seconds is most common, making it easier for viewers to watch and interact. So again, this works really well because of how human brains have just landed in this time. We just want to swipe, 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 swipe. We just like quick, we want fast entertainment, we want a quick fact, and we want to move on. The days of YouTube and watching long form content, that's for almost like certain people now. But the majority of all of us with our burnt out brains and very busy lives and being exhausted, we want quick entertainment and education. And that's why TikTok has done so well. Community engagement. TikTok users appreciate authentic authenticity and humor so brands can connect with audiences in a way that feels less formal and more genuine. And so this is another difference between Facebook or Instagram and TikTok. This is a place where you don't have to set up a professional photo where you look really professional. You just it's more of a throw a camera in front of your face and do whatever, say whatever. People expect you to be way less formal. So, the basics of setting up your presence, your profile. And here's a few tips for that. Your profile picture and bio. Use a high quality photo, not surprising, that represents your brand. In your bio, clearly describe what you do and try adding a fun line that captures your personality or brand vibe. If you have a website, add it here. For ours, I just put something like, "We like waffles." This is not the place for me to be all like, "We at C Point do SEO and we'll change your life with PPC." Nope, people don't care. They don't care on TikTok. We like waffles here. That's what it is. Um, Business account. Switch to a business account under settings. This gives access to TikTok analytics and tools. It helps you track your performance over time. Basic. If you're a business, be on the business side. Now into the algorithm. TikTok's algorithm is unique because it prioritizes content relevance over followers. This means anyone can go viral, like we talked about, regardless of their follower count. So this again is what makes it kind of special and different from all of the other platforms. And you're more likely to see, you do see videos from people that you don't follow, even more than people that you follow, more than your friends. And this is what makes it possible. If you have a public page, for your videos to make it big, if you make smart content. So the For You page, which is what FYP stands for, if you never knew that, is where most users discover new content. So the algorithm decides what shows up on each person's FYP based on what they watch, like, and engage with. So the more you can tailor your content to TikTok trends and keep viewers engaged, the more likely you'll land on the FYP. So if you are brand new to TikTok, that's how it works. In the beginning, you're going to start using TikTok and your FYP is going to be all kinds of random stuff that you don't like and do like. And as soon as you start liking things that you like, TikTok's going to go, okay, send that person more of this. Okay, you like sports related things? Here's more, here's more sports related posts. Okay, you swiped on past all of these cooking videos. I'm not going to send you as many of those. You liked these humorous, dumb ones? Going to send you more of those. And I'm going to get into more of what it sends you. Again, stay to the end. So, content that works well on TikTok for business, popular content types. So, how-tos and tutorials. These are great for building trust and educating your audience, even just simple how it's made videos or 3 tips to these perform well. So, if you're not sure, it can be so hard to figure out like what to post. I still struggle with that sometimes, and partially because I have to wrangle my team to be like, make a TikTok. And it's so, again, it's such a like tainted thing in everyone's mind that making TikToks is dumb and that it's not real content. And so even within our own company, sometimes I have to be like, it's a worthwhile thing for you people to join me in making a TikTok. Because we have to get past that stigma that it's just playtime. Behind the scenes, viewers love seeing the human side of businesses. A peek behind the curtain, like packing orders, making projects, or a day in the life, adds a personal touch. As soon as I started making really quick, like 60-second day in the life videos, those ones did really well here. Just following me around, making coffee, turning on my lights. It's surprising, but it makes sense because those are the kind of videos that I personally like myself. Like, I don't know why, like following the corporate girlies, like making their coffee in the morning. Why do I watch that? I don't know. But it's just something so like like romanticizing your life, like as I lay in my bed. I don't know. It's just it's all like we just all love a little peek into other people's realities and daily lives. We get this like we get to just hide privately behind our screens and peek into other people's lives. And people love that. And so it works as content. Trending challenges and hashtags. I find this to be slightly harder. Participating in challenges and using trending sounds can boost your visibility. Keep an eye on the Discover tab to see what's trending. So, um, anytime you see the same sound, and people are making videos to the same sound, that's your ticket that you've got to use that. Save that sound, do the trend. Um, those ones are trending and doing well for a reason. You're more likely to get a like on it just because that's what's trending. User generated content. Encourage your customers to create content with your product and reshare it on your account. User generated content adds social proof, feels authentic. So, yeah, if you are in any kind of sales, this is why influencers do so well, just showing off a product and being like, you should buy it too. It works. It's just think about how marketing works. This is why all the influencers do so well, and those videos do great. Even if it's just because people want to hop in the comments and be trolls and say, no, it doesn't. People will engage, and then those videos do even better. So they do well for a reason. Okay, tips and tricks to boost your engagement. Some tricks to try. Add trending sounds. So this is similar to doing trends. It's just instead of using that sound and then doing the same trend, you're just using the sound, doing whatever you want with it. So, sounds play a huge role on TikTok. Look for trending audio clips, incorporate them into your videos. Even if your video doesn't follow the trend exactly, using a trending sound can help boost its reach. Sometimes what I do is just turn the volume almost all the way down on a trending sound, because it still shows up in that Discover. It still categorizes it under that sound. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's annoying, but that's what I do. Hook the viewer in the first 3 seconds. This is important. Think about how you consume content. If you swipe to a video and someone's just like, hey everyone, so I'm here today to tell, you're like, bye, don't care. It's that initial hook in the first 3 seconds that makes you stay or not, that makes you swipe or not. You got to grab them quick. You got to be fast with it. Like it's just how it is. The first few seconds are crucial. Start with a question, an intriguing statement, or a funny scene to make people stop scrolling. Got to get their attention really fast. Do something bold. Experiment with text overlays. Use text overlays to emphasize key points. If you're sharing tips, list them out on the screen as they appear in the video, which also helps keep people engaged longer. So again, think about how you consume your content. If your tips are being listed as bulleted, you stay through the video because you want to know what the next one is. Like 5 tips to whatever. Well, now you're gonna be like, well, I need to know what the 5th one is. So you stay. Even if you're like, well, these first 2 were stupid. Maybe the 3rd or 4th or 5th will not be stupid. You know what I mean? It's all psychology. Use hashtags wisely. Use both general and niche hashtags. Example, hashtag small business tips, hashtag TikTok for business. This helps TikTok categorize your content for relevant audiences. That's, again, we've talked about that 100 times. Seems pretty simple. Part of what you need to do, can do it. Analytics and consistency. So, TikTok's analytics can help you see what's working and what's not. So, just basics of analytics. Keep an eye on view count, average watch time, and engagement, likes, comments, shares for each video. If a certain type of content is getting more attention, try to recreate that style or format. Seems pretty basic. So, if you're doing how-to videos and those ones are doing best, make more how-to videos. If you're doing day in the life videos and those ones do really well, make more of those. If the ones you're doing where you're following the trends do well because you're just particularly funny, that's your whole deal, babe. Stick with it. Stick to what you know, stick to what works. Timing matters. Experiment with posting at different times to see what works best for your audience. Typically, late afternoon and evenings are peak times, but TikTok audiences are diverse, so it's worth testing. This is what I have found to be the most difficult for us because, again, our audience that we're trying to post to are other marketing people, generally, and they're all working during working hours. And, so it's like either scheduling them if that helps. Like you just have to test it out, and it's annoying. It's irritating. But trial and error. Don't give up. Don't be like me and get frustrated. Just see what works. Don't just stick with it. You've got this. And post consistently. So consistency is the key to TikTok. Try to post a few times a week to build momentum and keep your followers engaged. This I know to be true. In the beginning, when we just had a TikTok account and we just would post a trend once a month, maybe, we would get no traction on it. But now that we've been posting more frequently, even if our certain post doesn't do super well, the next one might, because our profile's more active, and so the algorithm sends out our stuff more. Like, okay, this is an active account. Like, these people are actually using TikTok. They're engaging, and we're getting more views, more watch time, and then occasionally more likes. So the more you can post, the better. So if you could make content in batches and then either schedule them or save them to just post kind of periodically throughout the week, that might be a good way for you to get higher engagement. Okay, so TikTok ads. Just this is a quick overview. So ads are where it starts to get a little bit funny, but just so you kind of know the very basic of basics of how you could use them. There's in-feed ads. So these appear on other users' FYPs, and they're integrated just kind of like regular videos. They're just kind of pushed out more like regular videos. And you can kind of pick like the demographic and the meaning the areas, the ages, and all of that. Then there's branded hashtag challenges. So these are big for campaigns. Brands can create a hashtag, invite users to participate, or spark ads. These allow brands to boost organic content, including their own videos or user generated content related to their brand. So, all of that to say, you have some options. If you are just getting started, I guess I would recommend in-feed ads personally, just to kind of get your face out there. I have found that those at least will boost your content a little bit, and then maybe experiment with other ones. That's just my take on the matter. Okay, so stuff you should know. If you have a TikTok and you're not driving or doing anything scary, pull it up and I will show you. I'll show you some things. I'm going to make sure mine is silenced. By the way, did you know that you can set a setting so that when you open your TikTok, it is silent when it opens, so that if something obnoxious happens to be the first video on your feed, it's not blasting something inappropriate or crazy and you're in the middle of public. like what could have just happened to me. I'm going to just go through these things, and again, I'm trying to not like patronize or pander or like talk down to you if you already know these things. So just go ahead and either like just enjoy me talking, enjoy my voice, or sign off, or just learn some things that you might not have known. So there's a difference between favorites and likes. So if you want to like a video, that's this little heart, and if you want to favorite it, that's the little banner favor. And what I like about favorites is if this is a video that I definitely want to find again, I think of it almost as a Pinterest board. In Pinterest, I like that you can kind of categorize, and like I'm very much an organized person, and I want to come back, and I don't want my clothing related things to be with my recipe related things. They need to be separate. And that's kind of how I feel about my TikToks. And so sometimes you just like a TikTok. It's like, yep, funny, liked that. You have earned my like. And then there's ones where you're like, I need to make sure I get back to this one again. An example of that for me, something I favorite a lot is things to watch. Like my algorithm just super feeds me like people who post documentaries that you should watch. And so I all the time I'm like, oh, that's one that I'm definitely never going to go back and watch later because I don't have the time. But if I ever get the time to go like sit down and watch a documentary or a new TV series, or I want to sit down with my friends and watch a movie, and I'm like, oh, what do I want to watch? TikTok has me. So you click on the favorite, and then I walk myself through this. You hit manage, add it to favorites, manage, and then you can either create a new collection or add to a collection that you already have. I do this too for just the same way I would use Pinterest. Ones that I find exceptionally funny that I want to be able to find again. I do ones for like hair and makeup. Again, ones that I will never go back and do and look at. Why I save them, I don't know. I do them for social media tips and video tips. I have one saved under car things. Don't know what that is. Food, places I want to travel. I don't know who I think I am. Like, it's just things for the house, health stuff, gifts for people, stuff like that. So that's a really great way if you want to be smart like me and organize them. And then this annoying thing will happen where occasionally TikToks will get taken down and they'll get removed. And then you'll be like, what is it that I saved that was a precious TikTok to me that I favorited, and now it's just mysteriously missing from my favorites. And then you just feel sad not knowing what it is that you lost. But that's such is life. So anyway, now I'd like to teach you about what other people can see that you're doing. This is important. This is important for you to know. So your comments, things that you comment, your friends can see. So save yourself embarrassment from commenting anything embarrassing or spicy or stupid, because what TikTok does is it says, even if you didn't like the video, even if you didn't send this video to your friends, TikTok goes, oh, you commented on this video, so I'm going to put this video on the For You page of your friends because maybe they'll like it too. And I definitely want them to see what you commented because TikTok is shady like that. And so that if your friends happen to click comments on that video that you commented on, your comment will come all the way up at the top, regardless of how many likes are on it, regardless of everything. This could be a video that has 1 million likes on it. Your comment will come to the top because TikTok's like, don't you want your friends to see what you commented? No, I don't. I'm hiding and being weird on the internet for a reason. Let me have my privacy, TikTok. This is one of the reasons that there's just always that joke like you don't want to be friends with your friends on TikTok, but you have to be if you want to be able to send each other stuff. So you can't, at least the last I knew, you can't DM people unless you're both friends, like following each other. Um, Things that you repost. So if you're like, wow, this video was just so good. I think everyone in the world, I want to boost it so that more people see it because this one was just, they nailed it. You hit the share button, and then on the left, there's a yellow repost button. You can repost stuff. When you do that, that 100% definitely sends it to all your friends and is like, Kristy Billingsley reposted this video, and it will show up to your friends. So just know that. And then anything that you post, well, obviously, just like Instagram, Facebook, whatever, it will show up in the feeds of your friends. So just know that. Um, so the other weird thing that TikTok does is part of the way that it creates your For You page is it builds it on what your friends like and are doing, which feels very stupid to me and confusing. And because of that, sometimes it'll send you things that you're like, this is unhinged and has nothing to do with my niche or things that I like, or like, why is it sending me this? And it's because, your best friend Bob is super into that stuff and liking a lot of it. So TikTok's like, I don't know, maybe you'll like it. So realized this years ago because there was, what example can I give publicly? We'll go with this one. In my friend group, we were all getting a certain kind of video. And we were like, which one of you is doing this? Someone here is liking these types of videos. And we'll just say the example was ADHD videos. Because I'm not on ADHD TikTok. I'm not on that side of TikTok. I don't like those kinds of TikToks. I have no reason to watch them, but I have friends. I have a couple, one friend in particular who does. And so because she's always liking them, it shoots them to me. And there's been other examples of that. If you're watching certain kinds of TikToks, it's like, oh, let's make sure Kristy gets those too. So the again, another permanent statement I'm always going to get to you is be careful what you're doing on the internet because people know. Okay? Protect yourself. Now, things to check. Is your profile private? Do you want it to be private? If you're posting stuff that, like Instagram, that you don't want people to see, make sure it's private. I just sometimes post my little drone videos that I don't care if anyone on earth sees, so mine's public. Are your likes private? So there is a way, I think it automatically sets them up to be private. So I don't think you need to panic. But videos that you like can be set to public so that if I go to your page, I can see every video you've ever liked. If you want, seems weird. I don't know why people do that. Same with videos that you have favorited. So check that out. And then are your reposts private? So my reposts, for instance, are not private. So you can go, I mean, I don't need you to. I'm just saying, like, you can go on my page and see, I don't know, the 20 or so videos that I have reposted, which makes sense to me because if I've reposted them, I've done that publicly. You know what I mean? Like if I've reposted a video, it puts my name on it that I have reposted that to everyone. So that to me is like whatever. But you'll know whether or not when you go to your page and there, on your profile, there's the heart, and if it has like a line through it, that means private. And your little favorite button, if it's got a line through it, private. My repost does not have a line through it, so I know that that means public. And then the lock option is just any of your own videos that you have turned private, go in there, and then your feed. Now, interesting thing about the feed, which is the like 6 little lines on the left. If you're on someone's page, generally it lists all of their videos in chronological order. So from the time they've posted them, unless they've pinned some to the top. If you click that 6 button, you can change it from their latest videos to their more popular videos. That's just something I learned recently. I don't know why, I don't know what circumstances you would care. Maybe on certain people. I don't know. That exists, and I wanted you to know that. So you can switch from latest to most popular videos on a person's profile. So, those are some of the basics of TikTok. And I feel like I've given you some little secret treats in there. And I don't know what else would be helpful for you to know. Since I'm just kind of skimming the top there. I think the headline I want you to take away with is, number 1, I'm going to give you a couple. Number 1, do what makes you feel comfortable on the internet. Protect your peace. That's another one of my favorite. I'm going to put that on the wall. Protect your peace. But also, underline, just get on TikTok. Because you can completely have a private profile and friend no one. But also I want to send you stuff because it's funny. But for your business, it's a good place to be. But again, if you're not sure, go back to previous episodes where I've talked about where your business belongs. We've talked about this already, and I have touched on TikTok a bit and the tone of it and what kind of businesses should be where. So I don't remember what episode number that was, but I believe in your ability to go back and find it. And if you can't, you can DM or message me and I will help you. I'm here to help. But if this was not helpful, if you like learned nothing and you were like, you were right, in fact, like all you did was explain things that I already knew, then I'm sorry. I'm in a situation here where I'm kind of just like, I don't know. I'm like educating an audience of like people who know nothing to everything. So, wherever you fall in that, I tried. So, that's all I have for you today. And, I hope you did learn something. I would love it if you could comment and tell me if you learned something. That would make this feel super validating to me. This whole podcast production is taking kind of a turn. So that's a little secret for you. And I'm scared and excited for where that's heading. We'll end with that. That's ominous and a little bit of a cliffhanger. Yeah. If you're here every week, I appreciate you so much. If you're here for the first time, I appreciate you so much. Please tell me how you found me. And make sure to rate. I'm not afraid of being rated. I love it. Go, just do what you got to do. I love it. Come back again. Come and see us again. We're going to have a holiday break in December, but we should be here for a few more weeks anyway, so. Let us know what social media platform you want me to talk about next. Explain to you next. Because as you can see, I'm very good at it. So I appreciate you. I love you all. And we'll see you next time. It's the end.
No, it's not. There's more.
There's always more.
Don't be sad. You can catch our full video interviews on our YouTube channel. Come find us.
And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends so that we're not sad.
And follow us on TikTok.
And Instagram.
It'll make your day happier, promise.
And we'll know if you do. Until next time.